Arsenal get another massive win at West Ham, 1-0. There was some controversy, but Arsenal are now 2 wins away from being Premier League champions. I swear, it's something in this team that has to just give you a heart attack every single week. Man, when the Trossard goal happened, I was freaking out. You're finally getting it over the line just to see West Ham score, but then it's overturned. A big call actually goes Arsenal's way, and I know big calls have gone Arsenal's way this season. I'm not saying that they haven't, but it just feels like historically, a lot of calls have gone City's way the last couple years and just haven't gone ours. This just felt like one of those moments where it's like, wow, Arsenal are actually getting the benefit of VAR, and it's going our way. We have to start with the foul, though. It's the biggest talking point of this game, and I don't think it's a foul. Yes, I'm extremely biased here. I'm an Arsenal fan, but I try to be as objective as possible when making these videos. And all I'm seeing on the internet right now is rival fans crying that, oh, Arsenal are physical on set pieces throughout the year, but then this gets called. Look, I'm not disagreeing with you. And again, I think people have a problem with, or not a problem, but I think they're misinterpreting or misdirecting where they need to put this energy for these calls for the physical of Arsenal, the physicality of Arsenal. You need to get that anger directed at the Premier League, not at Arsenal. You cannot, in my opinion, be mad at a team that is just getting away with things that the league is allowing. Emphasis on the league is allowing. So that's why when I see people crying about this not being, or that this was supposed to be a foul, or should not be a foul, West Ham are robbed, blah, 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 I go, you're just saying that because you're mad about Arsenal being physical over the last 2 years. And again, I understand the hate, but strictly from an objective view, Raya is being fouled. He's being fouled. The guy was literally on his hands. He can't even try to catch the ball. I don't know what you want to happen here. And if this was any other team that wasn't Arsenal, this would not be the same discussion. So I just don't know. Again, I can't say I don't know why people aren't crying, because I do know why people are crying. But I just feel like, guys, we got to think a little bit more critically here. Who's allowing Arsenal to get away with these? It's the Premier League. It's the refs that are, employed by the Premier League, not Arsenal. Arsenal doesn't employ these refs. So I just think people need to think about this critically, because at the end of the day, this was a foul. It was a clear foul, and I thought VAR did a good job. They did a good job. They actually handled the pressure well. And it's just a massive result, and I felt like it was the correct call. And I felt like, honestly, again, I know I'm biased because I'm an Arsenal fan, but that would have been blatant robbery if Arsenal did not have that, called a foul. I think that would have just been a joke, and I would have really had to question the integrity of this league. Shout out to Leandro Trossard, and shout out to Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard, I have not been the biggest fan of you at times this year, and you've let me down a lot. But to have that level of assists and just, bring on that little bit of spark at the end of the game when Arsenal really needed it, and they didn't get that out of their, the front, the first 11 that were on. Man, that was just massive. It was massive. And then, of course, Trossard with a beautiful, beautiful goal. Look, again, Trossard has been off his game the last couple months. It has really not been pretty. I mean, what was the stat, I think, before today? He hadn't scored, I think, all of 2026, if I remember correctly. It was something like that. But, man, you've been able to see it these last couple weeks. Trossard has been getting a little bit more involved. Has some nice assists against Fulham. Thought he looked all right against Atletico. And then, again, today shows up when it matters most. And hey, man, these are the things that I'm not going to remember down the line. Yes, of course, I'll remember Trossard. But if Arsenal end up winning this Prem, I'm going to go, wow, Trossard ended up showing up down the stretch. I'm not going to remember the bad months that we had with Trossard as much, just because it won't be as relevant if Arsenal win the Premier League. So we'll just have to see what happens, but I just want to give credit to those two, because it's two guys that have really battled a lot of adversity this year. Again, dealing with, having to come off the bench. Again, Trossard having his struggles really from January to, I'd say, mid-March, early April. Odegaard dealing with injuries. Just all these moments, and then to have that today, to get Arsenal over the line when no one else could, that was just massive, and I'm so happy for those guys. David Raya as well deserves a ton of respect. Another massive save. He had multiple saves today, but that save in the 77th minute, the one on goal, my God, it was just beautiful. I mean, if Arsenal win the Premier League, you got to get this guy a statue. I was listening to this on a podcast earlier in the week. I mean, it is actually an argument you can make that David Raya is Arsenal's best player just from this entire year. He has just been so good, so key in so many situations, and I'm finally glad that people are starting to see this, because, again, I watch almost every Arsenal game, as many as I can watch. And this guy makes so many key saves, and he's been doing that for years. I mean, it's crazy that there was even a dilemma when he came in for Ramsdale. I mean, he's shut up every single Ramsdale, fan. And I think everyone has, eventually become a David Raya fan if you were an Arsenal fan. And I think a lot of people now that aren't Arsenal fans are appreciating his game because he keeps Arsenal in so many games. And yes, Arsenal have this elite defense, but there have been times this year where it hasn't been like that. And this guy still just makes massive saves and keeps them in the game. And he really deserves all the recognition because he is just phenomenal. I don't know if you can say he's the best keeper in the world, but he has to be, at least top 2, top 3 at this point. He's just phenomenal. And again, if Arsenal get over the line this year, he's going to be literally, I would say, one of the at least top 3 reasons why Arsenal get a Premier League. The last thing I want to touch on is the Mikel sub for Zubimende. I didn't love that. It's so unfortunate that Ben White got hurt just when he was kind of maybe coming back into form. I mean, I thought he looked phenomenal against Atletico, but for him to get hurt, it felt really bad. But then to put Declan Rice at right back, to get Zubimende on, and then you move MLS to left back, I just was like, what are we doing here? But Mikel, he at least, I'm assuming, recognized his mistake, gets Nani and gets Odegaard on later. I don't want to see that, man. And it's not to try to drag on Zubimende. I like Zubimende. I do. But he's just been really bad this last, I would say, month and a half, 2 months. It's just a lot of backwards passing, a lot of side-to-side passing, not going forward. And it seems like the team plays better football when he's not in the side. And that's for Arsenal to figure out in the summer. But I don't know. I just did not love that move right there and really was questioning what Mikel was thinking because if Arsenal even got a draw today, I mean, I'd be instantly just blaming Mikel for that because it was just a really weird move in the moment. 2 games, though. 2 games away. 2 games away. You have Burnley home. You got to, number one, you got to kill Burnley. You got to destroy them. Get that goal difference up even more, just in case of a little bit of a slippage, which I'm praying doesn't happen. And then you have Crystal Palace away when Palace are going to be preparing for a final. I mean, this is about as good as it can get. I'm just hoping the boys get it done, but 2 away. 2 away. Come on, boys. Come on, girls. Whoever's watching this, I don't care. Just get it over the line. 2 away. So happy for Arsenal. So happy for the team, the fans, everyone. Massive result. Just so glad they got it done today. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like. If you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe. Drop any of your thoughts down below on the game. TikTok will be in the description down below as well. And if you made this far in the video, I greatly appreciate you guys. Peace, guys.